Thank you so much for being with us on the program. Now, on one hand, we have Vladimir Putin saying that he's open to negotiations, all while continuing to attack Ukraine. What's your analysis of where this conflict is headed to, and how much death and destruction is it going to take for the two sides to start negotiating?
Thank you very much for having me. Vladimir Putin has mentioned many times that Russia was always ready for negotiations, while we have seen that this has not been the case throughout this entire war that was started, of course, by the Russian side. So now we have the situation when the Ukrainian forces have grown much more confident. They are able to strike. We have seen lately that they have been, there was a strike on the Russian Engels airbase, which was quite significant from a political point of view as well, because it shows and demonstrates that Ukrainians are not willing to make any concessions that in terms of what Russia has been offering, meaning the loss of the Ukrainian sovereignty and territorial integrity. So unfortunately, at this point, I'm quite pessimistic about the prospects of the negotiations, because I don't think either side is ready for negotiations. First of all, of course, Ukrainians are quite successful and have been quite successful lately, and they have hope and that this momentum will go on. And on the other hand, of course, Russia has been driving this war towards a complete devastation of Ukraine. So I still think Putin has quite an ambitious plan when it comes to how he sees the continuation of this war.
Right. The Turkish president criticized the West for not engaging with Russia to bring the two sides to negotiations. And we're seeing the West pledge more money and aid to Ukraine, which Putin sees as an attack on his own country. What do you make of the West's stance? Do you think that it's prolonging the war?
No, I think it is not within the Western interest to prolong this war, because simply this war has been very expensive for the West, because we have seen that the West has been providing quite a substantial military and economic support to Ukraine. So it cannot be within the Western interest to keep this uncertainty and complete devastation going. And of course, this is not just Ukraine's war, because we have been seeing the Russian threats all throughout. Russia is threatening the European security framework. It's just not simply about Ukraine. So I think it is very important for the West to continue supplying Ukraine with crucial military equipment, military weapons, first of all, of course, because this war is continuing. This is the fact, and Vladimir Putin is committed to continue this war. Of course, President Erdogan has been trying to play a role of a mediator, but so far, unfortunately, because of the Russian ambitions, we have not seen any substantial progress with this regard.
Right, apart from the grain deal and, of course, the prisoner swap that we saw happen between Ukraine and Russia. Natia Seskuria, thank you so much for joining us here on TRT World.